Hey everybody, I'm Amy from BodyFit by Amy, and this is your Pilates, Sculpt, and Stretch workout. This is a body weight only active recovery workout where we will use Pilates and bar inspired moves to do sculpting and stretching. So we will start with an interval of a strength-based, more active mobility exercise, and then we will take it right into a deep stretch. I think you're gonna leave feeling energized and also relaxed. Are you ready? Let's do it. All right, so go ahead and we're going to start just by rolling those shoulders to the back. I want you to take a minute and just check in with your posture. This is something we don't do enough of. We want to think of stacking our ears right over our shoulders, shoulders right over our rib cage over our hips, hips over our knees, over our ankles. Just take a second to check in with that. Are you holding tension up in your shoulders? Try to release that. What are your hips, your pelvis, and your rib cage doing? They should be stacked on top of each other. That's something that often gets a little bit off depending on our posture, depending on what we do all day. So just take a minute to get into that. And then one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Let's just do a few diaphragmatic breaths. I call them TA breaths, transverse abdominis. Big inhale to expand, so all the way around from your belly, your back, your sides. Exhale, pull everything in and up. So you're not sucking in, you're not moving through your torso, but you are pulling that deep core in, pulling that pelvic floor up. So a few just like that, inhale to expand, pelvic floor drops. Exhale to contract, everything in and up. You do not have to be thinking about all of those breaths so specifically. We want to do what we call active breathing, still keeping that core contraction, but through these exercises. All right, so let's just do some rolls for the shoulders while we get a little march, and then we'll go right into these movements. So we are going to do timed intervals. I know sometimes people like that better than a flow, but sometimes it's nice to have a Pilates or yoga or mobility flow as well, right? But we're gonna have some timed intervals. Almost everything that we do, we are going to go with 60 seconds of our actual movement, of our sculpt, where we will get strength, we'll get sculpt, we will get toning, we'll get more of that mobility, and then we will have 40 seconds of a deep stretch. Sometimes we are going to separate that into 20 seconds at a time. Sometimes we may even mix it up depending on what it is and get 30 seconds. So just listen to my cues. Don't worry so much about what it looks like. Let's go with how it feels. Go ahead and open up your arms right through here. You can do that little shift side to side. And let's take a little flat back down, just a couple little back rolls. And bring it up, down, and up, all the way through, all the way up. All right, team, so we're gonna start with just a little plie, classic Pilates and bar, plie and reach, plie and reach. Here we go, 60 seconds. Arms are out, and you decide if you want it to feel a little more active. You can really get low and really reach over. You can pick up your pace. If you want more of that stretch, really open up through the arms. If you want a little movement, you can add a little tap, up to you. Then we're gonna take it into that stretch, just holding on one side. So again, it can be whatever you need it to be, more of a stretch, more of a strength and sculpt, and you can get that cardio too, right? 20 seconds to go, so a little bit longer than our normal intervals, and that's okay. Right through here. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're gonna hold. So you can just go here, or if you want, you can open it up almost to like that warrior. It can either be on the inside here. If you want a little more of a stretch, really reach. Catch your breath. I don't know about you, but that got my heart rate up. Leaning into that. Woo! And then let's take it, same thing, other side. So legs can be wherever you want them to be, but just a little reach over, hold, stretch. Ten seconds right through here. 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm gonna turn so you can see me. We're gonna stay all on this right side. We're gonna step back into a low lunge. We're gonna turn our body here and bring it up. You can actually drop down to the knee on the turn if you want. If that's too much balance, you just do low lunge or tap back. Here we go. So low lunge, rotate, and bring it up. Woo, balance right here. Now, if you want, you can keep it up. If you want that balance and take the arms out right here or down to the ground, open, reach, and up. Take it here, reach, and up. Yes. If you need a little less leg, you just step it back, do a little tap back. We're sculpting through that lower body, also getting our core working. Woo! I gotta go all the way down. 15 seconds here, and then you can probably guess we're gonna go into a stretch. We're gonna do a little world's greatest stretch. One more, 3, 2, 1. If you can, I want you to take it down right here. We got 40 seconds. So our first one, let's just hold that hip flexor. If you need to take this standing, you can take that as well. And then let's reach up for that world's greatest stretch. So if you wanna make it mobile like we do in our warm-ups and go up and down, you can. If you wanna just hold, just open it up, hold that hip flexor, or take this arm down. I know sometimes we want a little more of that stretch here. So it is whatever you need it to be. If you want some rotation, that can certainly be helpful. But you do you, be where you are today. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, make your way back up. Woo! I'm feeling both the pain from yesterday's workout and I'm feeling that good sculpting we're getting today. So same thing here. We're gonna low lunge it down. You can either just turn your torso or open out your arms. You can tap it back or you can get really low. But let's do it, here we go. Rotate. And here again, tap back. You don't have to go as low. And if you're not rotating, I want you just to step back. You can just be here, right? Down, open, and up. At your own pace, active recovery, your own speed, whatever you need it to be. We're starting up top, but then guys, we got a lot on the mat. So get excited about that. Take it here. Lunge it down. And here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. So drop it down into that knee. If you need to take it standing, if that's better for you, lean into that. You can even put this hand here. Feel that stretch. And then as you're ready, reach up. If you want some more mobile, active movement, take it here. Drop in the knee like we do in our warm-up. But again, if you just want to keep it with that stretch, keep it here and hold. Leaning forward to that hip flexor, and then what I mean by that front leg is you can walk it out a little bit more, create more separation in that hip, and you can really get that nice good stretch. And relax, woo! All right, team, so let's stay down. We're gonna take it to a little side plank. So if you can, what I want is for you to cross over, reach up and over, and then take it down. So we get that stretch as we come up. If that's not right for you, you can stay on the knee and the elbow, or you can just stay on the knee. But join me here and drop it down. We're actually just gonna go 30 seconds and 20 seconds of a stretch. Here, and bring it down. Reach, so 30 seconds with this side plank, whatever you need it to be. If you're here, and breathe. 5 seconds, Last one. And drop those knees down. And let's get that mermaid stretch this way. So going opposite, think of 90-90 in your legs, and then take it here. If that's awkward, you just adjust into whatever you need it to be. Taking it here, right? And then turn your body here. Looking over your shoulder. So we're getting 20 and 20. We got that pigeon coming up, so you can go into that if you need to, but if you don't want to, that's okay too. All right, let's switch our legs to that other side. Side plank on this side for only 30. And then we got our mermaid stretch this way, and then our back stretch this way. So go ahead and get set. Remember, you can be on the knee, you can be on the elbow if you need to, and then we're gonna bring it down. 3, 2, 1. So reach up and over, and here. So as we come up, we're also bringing those hips forward, right? Using our core, sculpting through our abs and our obliques, our sides, right? But also getting a lot of good stability and strength through the arm, getting that stretch on our way over, right? Big reach. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So bring it here. 90-90 with your legs, stretch it over for 20. So we're leaning here. Find what is comfortable for you. If that's just sitting here, if that's sitting cross-legged, whatever you need to get that stretch. I know, me too. And then turn into it here, look over the shoulder. Breathe into that, looking over. 10 seconds. Relax. All right, coming on to all fours. Watch me. I love this move. You're gonna extend one leg out. So I'm gonna have my left leg out, right knee in. I'm gonna do a little lift, pike, and then a little leg lift. So I get core and little lift through the arms. If that's not right for you, you can just do the leg lift and just lift the knee off, keep the toe on. Here we go. Little lift and leg lift. Knee lift, almost like that little knee plank elevator. Leg lift. So lift with the core, then squeeze in the glutes. You can point the toe or flex the foot, whatever feels good for you. I love this because we're getting so many things working. We're obviously getting a lot of core, a lot of upper body for support, and then a lot of glutes, hamstrings as we lift. You're not hyperextending the back, you're not bringing it down. You're just keeping it up and over. Here we go. Up and breathe. Tuck and breathe. Using your core again, if you need to keep that toe down, that's always an option too. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, team, you know what we're doing. Take it into that pigeon stretch and hold it down. If that is not right for you, you can take it back to 90-90, or you can take it back to a child's pose. Find what feels good for you. You can be all the way down. You can be up if you want a little more back. It's up to you, bringing that foot in, but pigeon stretch right through here. You can kind of shift your weight to that hip on that side. 10 seconds. Rest those wrists if you can, because we're gonna go back in. We're gonna get the other side. Little knee lift, and then little leg lift. Go ahead and make your way up out of that. I know it feels so good. I feel like the feedback I'm gonna get is we should have done Sculpt for 40, and we should do the stretch for 60. Maybe that's the next one. All right, team, so you're lifting, little pike and leg lift, keeping those hips square in 3, 2, 1. Core. Glutes and hamstrings. Again, flex foot works, or if you feel better, point the toe. Up to you. But really use the core. We're stabilizing with our upper body, but we're trying not to push. It's not a push-up, all right? So we do want to try to lift from the core, little pike of the hips. So we're not just bringing the knee up, we're doing a little lift, right? Lift, hand pike, Yes, team. There we go. Breathe. 60 seconds. We got just about 15 to go. Take your time. Each move separate. Remember, you got that pigeon coming. In 5, 4, 3, 2, take it down. Yes, stretch into this here. Woo. Again, if you want to be up on your hands, a little more back, you can go for that. If you want to bring that foot in, whatever you need for where you are today. Shift into that hip a little bit, bring that foot up even more. Or again, find a pose that's comfortable for you. If pigeon is not right for you, I get it. In 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, team, so we're gonna stay on the elbows here. So we're just gonna do a little plank hip dip. So we're gonna lift, we're gonna drop the hips, slowly down. So we're doing that plank single first, lift from the core, not pushing from the toes or the elbows, then drop the hips. We got 60 seconds, here we go. So lift the hips, up on the toes, drop the hip right, back to center, left, and then slowly lower down knees, and then hips. If that is not right for you, you can just come up to the knees, or you can do it all on your knees right through here and just tap back instead of coming all the way down. Maybe that's where you need to be for where you are. You can do a little hip drop, tap back, tap back. If you can, singles, lift, use the core. Try not to push from those toes or those elbows. Drop the hips. Your core is creating all of the movement on the way down and on the way up. We got 10 seconds. Plank single lift. Drop it down, down, and up. All right, team, so we're hanging out right here. You can either just do this little modified cobra, or you can come all the way up that cobra, that up dog. The only big difference is hips coming off the ground or more of a back bend. You can decide what is best for you. Look side to side with your head. If that is not right for you, I want you to just take a child's pose. We have that coming up, but you can be there. But if you can, little cobra here. Side, cobra, up dog again. A lot of us use them interchangeably. That's why you usually hear me say cobra or up dog. But it's just a difference of more of your torso, hips off the ground, or just your back. All right, stretch it back, child's pose. All right, team, rest those wrists. Here is what we've got. We're going to take it child's pose or a little beast up to plank. Back child's pose. If you're feeling the upper body, you can add a little push-up, but it's up to you. So here we go. You can either pop up to that plank, hold it up nice and tight, slowly back child's pose, or if you'd rather just pop up to all fours and really contract in the core, there's your modification. Or here, if you wanna add a little push-up, that works too if you want a little upper body. Or just pop up to the knees. Totally up to you. You do you, be where you are today. Getting that core working, getting that upper body working. And back. Bring it up. And back. Yes, team, 15 seconds. Power up into that high plank. Keep it nice and tight. Sit back into the beast or the child's pose, whatever it is. You can drop into the knees, or if you want, just drop back here, keep the knees off the ground. All right, team, now rest it down into that true child's pose. Take those arms out. You can even, if you want, take one arm under. We can switch at the halfway mark or just hold your child's pose. Breathing into that. We're taking it to our back in just a minute. Other side, reach. Almost there. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, team, slowly down on to your back. Listen, if you need to modify this, I'm gonna give you options. Of course, you can always take some of these moves standing if you need to as well. We're gonna start with that single leg stretch from Pilates. So it looks like this, just pulling one in at a time, shoulders down. Join me here. So in, if you want, you can lift the shoulders, but we got 60 seconds and we got that crisscross coming. So it's up to you. You can either pull underneath or on the outside and inside of the leg, but single leg stretch right here. Think about wrapping that core. Now, if you're modifying, you can keep one knee on the ground, right through here, in and in, but if you can, now if you watch different Pilates workouts, you may see hand underneath, inside, outside, top of the shin. It just depends on what method. So you find what is most comfortable for you. 10 seconds, core working hard. Shoulders up or shoulders down, up to you. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's hold one knee in if you can. Drop the other leg down. We're just gonna hold for 20. So again, on top of the shin, underneath, whatever you need to do to get a little release in the back. Breathe into that on the exhale. Feel that drop. And then let's switch our sides, other knee, and again, grab what gives you the best stretch, either underneath or on top. Really pull the knee towards the chest if you can, even if you're out here, just to get that release in the back. Yes, team. And I want you to try to bring them both in if you can, but watch me here. We're gonna take it to that crisscross. So it is the Pilates version of a bicycle. If you need to modify one leg on the ground, just tap or bring everything up. Either way, we're gonna wrap that core in, tilt that pelvis, hands behind the head. Here we go. Getting that core. Yes, you can. Out and in. Rotating shoulder to shoulder. If it helps, keep the eyes up. If you need to, chuck the chin a little bit more. Find what keeps it in that core. What I mean by that is it's not so much about your elbows or your knees, it's more about the core creating the movement. Flex the foot or point the toes, either one. Again, if that's not right for you, you can just do a little tap here. We're going into a bridge next, so we will get a little break right through here. Open it up. I know, I feel that core working too. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hug it in. Yes, team. Ooh, what was next with that? Let's take the knee over and get that stretch. Look to the opposite side. If you want, cross it here. And guess what? We're gonna hold the full 40 here. So either just cross it over or that little bretzel, sometimes it's called. Little stretch from here. Reaching it this way. Looking over. So we'll get our full 40 seconds. Why not? Very carefully rotate that over to the other side. I'm gonna be on my microphone, so I'm gonna have to modify a little bit. If you can, take that knee across. If you can cross it over, I'm gonna bring it up to here. Here's your other option. Get that stretch right through here. You do what is best for you. I'm only doing that because I'm gonna be on my microphone if I'm over on that side. So I'm gonna rotate just a little bit. Full 40 seconds. Feel that hip stretch, arms out wide. For 5, 4, 3, 2, bring it in. All right, team, so moving it into a bridge. Hands can be here or hands can be here. If you want, you can do a little rear delt flip so we get that shoulder mobility. Otherwise, just a little tilt in the pelvis, roll it up into that bridge. Slowly roll it down. Here we go, join me. Take it up. Bring it down. What I want you to think about is a little tuck of the pelvis first, and then slowly coming up, trying to get that flexibility through here. Slowly coming down. So connect with the core. And again, if you want to have arms up and arms down, that's where we get that shoulder mobility as well. Getting glutes, getting hamstrings, obviously back of the legs, but I also want you to think about what is happening in your core as we come in and out, right? And breathe. Tuck it in. And out. And breathe. Right through here. One leg up. We're gonna get a hamstring stretch, so you find what is good for you. And again, we're gonna do the whole 40 seconds because we don't get this enough. So even if you're out here, or your leg is by your ear, that's not me, I want you to flex that foot. Now, I want you to grab not on the joint, but either on the calf or the thigh. If you wanna lift the shoulders, get a little point and flex so you get a little movement in your ankle as well. Otherwise, just keep it down right here. That is okay. For 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and switch your legs right up here. Flex that foot. Point and flex if you want. There's probably one that feels a little tighter, and that's okay. Right through here. Again, lift it up if you want. Hamstring stretch. All right, team, this is it. Bring those knees in, arms out. If you can, you're just gonna let your knees drop just about halfway, then back to the center. And then other side, join me when you're ready. Let's take it to the side. So you can go about halfway. Modification, you can just let one knee drop and still get that core working. And then the other. And then if you want a progression, you're gonna drop, take those feet out, use that core back in, and little lift. Take them out, legs out, in, little lift. Or you can just drop the knees. You can still add that little lift at the top, or drop the knees. Little lift, you do you. This is your last move, then we're all stretching right through here. Let's get the core working. And up, reach. Last one. 3, 2, 1. All right, you know the stretch. Open book, both knees to one side. Look across to that opposite arm. You can bring those arms up if you want. We got 20 seconds each side. Whoo. Yes, team. And open up those knees to the other side. Whoo. Look over. Again, I go all the way down because of where my microphone is, but just reach over, feel that stretch. And then we got about 1 minute to go. I just want you to find what you need in this moment. So do you need to roll to your side and just get a little rest? You can. Do you need to come seated? Do you want to just continue hugging the knees to your chest one at a time or together, get a little gentle roll? Or do you want to just relax, turn those palms up, let your body sink down into the ground, whatever you need in this moment. Take this last little bit to get it. I'm so glad you decided to join me today. Please leave me a comment, leave me a like, let me know, do you like the style of workout where we can get both, where we can get some of the activity but also a deep stretch? Do you want more deep stretch? Do you want more Pilates? Let me know. I would love to hear from you. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check us out in the BodyFit Athletic Club if you want all the extras and more support. We're gonna stay right here on our backs. You decide how long you wanna be there, but we're gonna go ahead and get one big deep breath in. I don't think we've ever done this for our backs. And out. You did it. That was your Pilates, Sculpt, and Stretch workout. Great job, everybody.